UFC Fight Night Allen versus Curtis 2 is coming up this weekend, and today, guys, I have the complete betting guide for you. We're going to go through confident picks, underdog opportunities, fights that you should not be betting on, my personal lock of the week, and we're going to look for some props and parlays afterwards. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Did I say that timestamps were included? I don't remember if I did, but timestamps are included if you would like to skip to any particular part of the video, guys. We're going to start off with the confident picks. The first fight that I do want to talk about is going to be Cynthia Calvillo versus Piera Rodriguez. And guys, it's going to be Piera Rodriguez. Cynthia Calvillo just doesn't have it anymore. She doesn't have it anymore. She's 9-6. She's lost every one of her last 5, and she hasn't even looked good. Like, I know she's had a couple split decisions in there, and I know she's shown up, and her opponents have also not shown up in the sense where, like, the fight kind of, you know, she looked like she had some potential, but at the end of the day, she is 36 years old, turning 37. She's coming in, obviously, for a paycheck at this point. She doesn't seem to have the drive to be a champion. She's missing weight. Piera Rodriguez is at least better than that. She's at least better than that, so I do not think that Cynthia Calvillo has it at all. And it is important to note before we continue on, guys, I have an entire full card breakdown and prediction video diving as deep into these fights as I can go. So that's not what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to be giving a brief reason as to why I am picking which fighters to put in this betting guide here. But let's continue on because I have another confident pick for you guys, and that is going to be Alex Morono. This comes with a little bit of an asterisk because Alex Morono really didn't show up in his last fight. But Court McGee is now 39 years old, and I hate saying this about a guy like Court McGee because he is such a fantastic fighter, or he was a fantastic fighter, but he is aged now. He doesn't have it anymore. Even just look at his last fight against Matt Brown. He lost to, how old is Matt Brown now? He didn't show up, and he hasn't been showing up. He's better than his record, but at the same time, Court McGee, unfortunately, in my opinion, does not have it anymore, and Alex Morono is going to get the win over him. So I do like Alex Morono in this spot, but there is another fighter that I do want to talk about, which, you know what? I'm going to save him for the underdog opportunity because there is a little bit of a, it's confident pick, but at the same time, it's a little bit of an underdog opportunity, but I'll talk about him in just a second. But there is one more fighter that I do want to talk about moving on to the underdog opportunity section of this video. So guys, it is important to note that when I am picking these fighters, and I have 2 of them for you, these are not necessarily picks. In this case, I actually am picking them to win the fight, but it's not a confident pick or anything. I'm just talking about if you really are looking for value with your bets and you happen to like these fighters, I think it's a good idea to take a look at these ones. These are the upsets that I can actually see happening. The first one that I want to talk about is Cesar Almeida. I have been so impressed by this guy, and it really kills me that he's only 4-0. I understand that. I understand there's a lack of experience. I know he has a lot of kickboxing experience. I know he's 36 years old, and I know he's coming off of the Contender Series, but he's looked so good. He's shown that he has a full-round skill set, the heart, the will to win, the experience in the cage, just the calmness needed to be there. I really like Cesar Almeida. I really do, and I am picking him to win this fight. I'm not saying that with like an overwhelming amount of confidence, but at the time of recording this video, he's sitting at around a plus 160 underdog, and I like what I've seen from Cesar Almeida, and I am seriously targeting or thinking about putting a play on him. I really am, but there's one more fighter that I wanted to talk about, guys, when speaking about an underdog opportunity, because this fighter, I don't know why more people aren't talking about him. I really don't. I'm trying to look for him over on OddsJam. Okay, I see it. He's sitting around a plus 145 at the time of recording this video. And guys, it's Chepe Mariscal. I don't know why this dude isn't on more people's radars. I think he's fantastic. Yeah, you know what? Is he the best fighter ever? No. But he can do everything. He can brawl with you. He can bring the calculated chaos to the scene. He can, if you want to box with him, he can box. If you want to have a Muay Thai match with him, he can do that. If you want to have a BJJ match, he can do that. This dude is great everywhere. He has the heart of a champion. He has the cardio to go through with it. And I think that Chepe Mariscal is going to go very far in the UFC. I don't know if he's necessarily championship material, but I think he is being severely overlooked in this entire division. Chepe Mariscal is a fantastic fighter, and I'm also considering placing a bet on him just because of the value. Like right now, to get Chepe Mariscal at underdog odds, I don't mind it. And Morgan Charrier, he's a great fighter too, man. He is a really good fighter. I'm really high on Chepe Mariscal. I like what I've seen from him a lot. But guys, I do want to talk about a few fights that I do not believe you should be betting on. The first fight that I don't believe you should be betting on is going to be Norma Dumont versus Germaine de Randamie. Norma Dumont's a better fighter. She is. But Germaine de Randamie hits hard, she cheats, and she could be a big imposing figure in there. She could use a reach. I'm interested to see how these girls actually match up at weigh-ins because we could have the Erin Blanchfield Mana Ferro issue. But I'm just not counting out Germaine de Randamie. We've seen her look really big, really imposing, and Norma Dumont is a better fighter, but I don't know, she's really, really technical. Germaine might make it a little bit dirty in there. So I just don't trust that one myself, to be honest with you. But there's another fight that I don't believe you guys should be betting on, and that is, I don't even need to talk about his opponent, Trevor Peek. When Trevor Peek's in there, I don't think I want to bet. This dude comes in, he makes the fight just nonsense chaos, and you never know what's going to happen. I don't care who he's fighting. I don't care that it's Charlie Campbell. I don't care if it's Max Holloway. I don't care if it's the wrong division, excuse me. I don't care if it's Islam Makhachev. I don't care at all. Trevor Peek's in there, I'm not betting. We don't know what's going to happen. He's going to make the entire fight chaos. That's the entire reason for that one. But there is one more fight, guys, that I believe you should not be betting on, and to be honest with you, it's kind of for the same reason. Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez is taking on Damon Jackson, and sometimes Alexander Hernandez shows up, and he looks like a world champion. Then other times he shows up and looks like he doesn't belong in the UFC. What Alexander Hernandez are we going to get in the octagon this weekend? God knows who. Like, we never know what version of Alexander Hernandez is going to possibly show up in the octagon. That's why I will never bet on Alex Hernandez. He could show up and beat the brakes off of Damon Jackson, or he can show up and just not do anything. All right, guys, let's talk about Lock of the Week, though. The fighter on the card, in my opinion, that is going to win as close to 100% certainty as possible is going to be Brendan Allen. Okay, I made the full card breakdown video, and I saw a few comments saying that I was nuts for talking about Brendan Allen. I believe this dude can be champion. I believe this dude can beat Strickland. I believe this dude can beat Duplessis, Whitaker, Chimaev. I believe he can contend with them all. And I believe he is on track to become champion at 28 years old. He's put together a quiet win streak, and I know Curtis beat him before, but Curtis is aging. You kind of have the game plan for Curtis right here. I just think that Brendan Allen is, as his nickname is, all in. I think he's great. He's improving everywhere, and I think he is going to show Chris Curtis that there are levels this weekend. If Chris Curtis knocks him out, I'd be shocked. I don't even think Chris Curtis can counterpunch. I think Brendan Allen can counterpunch better than Chris Curtis. You know? And on top of this, I know it's a meme to talk about Chris Curtis like flipping out and having a little bit of a hissy fit in between fights, but it's a 5-round fight. That's 10 extra minutes for Chris Curtis to just have a hissy fit in the middle of the cage and go, he's not fighting me. Come on. You know, like I know it's a meme, guys. I really, really know it's a meme, but at the same time, I think it's actually, you have to believe me. I think it's something that we need to take into consideration. You have 2 rounds where Brendan Allen's really, really winning against Chris Curtis. The next 3, you have Chris. What's this guy doing? Beating me up. Why is he doing that? Why isn't he just throwing a jab so I can counter it? Like, I know it's a meme. I get it. But I think it's something that we need to take into consideration. It's 25 minutes for the potential to watch Chris Curtis throw a fit in the octagon. And Brendan Allen's just better. I think that this is a complete lock. But then again, I thought Bruno Silva was a lock. That shocked me. I'm still pissed off about that one, man. It's ridiculous. Now, guys, I talk a lot about betting on this channel. I talk a lot about picks, but if you are interested to see exactly where I put my money, where my mouth is, check out the channel membership. It is very cheap compared to other channels, and I upload a video every Thursday or Friday before an event explaining all of my bets. And if you just want to just see what I'm doing in general, see how much money I'm putting on them, that will also be posted in the community tab on YouTube. But I do suggest checking out those member-only videos. I try to make them as quick as possible. I explain why I'm placing the bet. I explain how confident I am in the bet. If you're interested to see exactly, again, where I'm putting my money where my mouth is, check out the channel membership. Again, I appreciate your time, guys. And also, if you are interested, check out OddsJam. I've been loving this tool where we can see different sports books and where you can find the best odds each week for all of these fighters on all different sports books. You can monitor the lines. You can take a look at even just prop bets, where it's going and what books have them open. It's a fantastic tool. If you're interested, check out the link down below. Use code Clenbat if you want a discount over there at OddsJam. I've been using it. It's absolutely fantastic. They have so many fun tools, guys. But again, check out the membership. Check out OddsJam. Thank you for your time. Let's get into the fun part of the video. The really, really fun part of the video. So, this is where we go around and we try to see if we can find some props. Now, it is a little bit early still, but we can see we have some over-unders over here, and we can see that the OddsJam also is giving out some really, really nice ones. So, let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look at some of these. Again, this is a little bit more of a laid-back, fun part of the video, guys. So, one that I do like is Pierre Rodriguez and Cynthia Calvillo. You can see that they're sitting on a minus 350 for the over-under right now. That is crazy. And BetOnline at the time of recording this video is the only one who has that out, which is unfortunate, but you know what? What can you do there? I even, to be honest with you, think that might just be a parlay piece. I could really see that being the case, to be honest with you. I don't mind that at all one little bit, to be honest. Now, another fight that for the over-under, I'm a big fan of over-under, guys. I don't like betting too often on specific outcomes. Ooh, we have some UFC 300 stuff coming out, which is very, very nice. Love to see it. Anyways, I don't know, man. I can see Brendan Allen and Chris Curtis going over, and that's at minus 120. I actually don't mind that at all. I really don't. Trevor Peek, that's over 1.5. It's plus 160. That might be something to monitor, to be honest with you. Another one that I do like for the over is Norman Dumont, Jermaine Durandamy. That's also sitting at minus 350. The odds are not so great over here, to be honest with you. I honestly am thinking about putting a bet, a little bit of parlay on the two women's fights over here. And I don't love Melissa Dixon nor Cornell for over 1.5. And I'm a big fan of over 1.5, not 2.5, guys. That's important to note there. And they don't even have an odds over here. It's just Nora Cornell is very, very violent. So I can see that actually being finished. But at the end of the day, they're women. So, you know what? That might be something to take in consideration. All three women's fights going over 1.5 rounds. Other than that, I'm not seeing too much I love here. Ignacio Bahamendez, Christos Giagos could go over 1.5 at all too, but the odds just are not good at all for this. The only one that I do like that stands out to me is Trevor Peek and Charlie Campbell, but that one I'll need to monitor. Or hop on it while it's in plus money. You never know what it'll turn out to be, but regardless, man, it's a little bit dicey for the prop bets this week. And my own sports book over here, which is Betway Sports, and I've been thinking about switching it, guys, because they are so late to come out for everything. If you guys have any ideas or stuff that I should put in for Betway, please let me know, because this is this has been a little bit frustrating, you know, trying to wait for all of these to come on. I already placed a couple things, but look at this. They don't even have all the fights off right now. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So they don't have they're late to the prop bets. They're late to everything. What am I doing having this over here? But this is the fun part of the video. Let's see if we can get with some random parlays, okay? Let's see if we want Brendan Allen, if we want Alex Morono. That together's almost double your money, which I actually don't mind, but I am worried about Alex Morono not showing up. But I do like Brendan Allen. Oh, Chepe Mariscal, plus 230 over here. Oh, I don't mind that at all. I'm going to do Pereira Rodriguez. I think if I'm going to hit Chepe Mariscal, though, it's going to be just by itself. I'm a big fan of sticking around on the safer side of things over here, you know? But other than that, man, there's not a lot that we can talk about right now, right? Again, this is the really fun part of the video. There's nothing too different we can do over here. So, yeah, I don't want to bet on this. There's not a lot I'm loving over here, guys, for parlays. There's not a lot I'm loving. Like, I'm just loving, like, Brendan Allen and Alex Morono over here. And even, I like Chepe Mariscal, but Chepe's just sitting by himself over here. Like, you know, tough card, man. Very, very tough part for this whole part of the video over here. But guys, let me know what you think about the picks down below. Thank you so much for watching the video. Check out the full card breakdown video if you haven't seen it already. We dive even deeper into these fights. I will see you either there or in the next one, guys. Take care.